Hello friends, welcome to this new episode. In this episode, we will discuss about material maintenance status. So if you go to SA16N and then when you try to open one of the material master table, you will see a field called as maintenance status. Based on the value maintained in this field, you can able to check corresponding views using T code MM02 or MM03. So if you wanted to see purchasing view or sales view or foreign trade view, this maintenance status field should contain that particular character. So to check which character represents which view, you can check this document. So copy a link. Okay, so it didn't open. So let me check again. Copy paper link. Okay. So if we go down little bit, so this document is a central guide provided by SAP to influence the material maintenance status in the MDGM. So if you go down in this document, you will see like which character influence which kind of view. For work scheduling, we need a maintenance status A. For purchasing, we need E. And then for sales, it is V. And then for quality management, it is Q. So you can check, this document to understand which character represents which view. So now we understood what is the maintenance status. So let's say that we have a requirement. In my case, the customer extended the planned purchasing view with one custom field, and then they updated only that custom field, nothing else. But in the back end, the maintenance status is not derived. So this is, and also, if you check this guide I shared the maintenance status before S4HANA 2023, we were able to derive the maintenance status using OMSRT code. So if you assign your custom field to a particular field group, that is purchasing field group, then the purchasing view will be generated. Otherwise, in the SMT mapping side, you can also derive it. So this way we can influence the material maintenance status. But after S4HANA 2023 release, we are using unified API, and then we cannot no longer use any of this to influence the material maintenance status. So now how we can achieve this maintenance status? Let's say that I wanted to derive purchasing view, planned purchasing view, if one of my custom field is updated, or even if there is no update in the custom field, still I wanted to derive purchasing view. Sometimes customer require that, even no field is updated, they still wanted to see the purchasing view using MM03 T code. So how we can achieve this requirement? Yeah, so SAP provided this note. If you click this note, you will land in this page. So in this, they explained like how we can influence the maintenance status, and what kind of message we get if the maintenance status is not properly maintained, or which field is required for maintaining the material status. So if you scroll down to the below, you will find an attachment. If you open this attachment, you will see which field is necessary for the derivation of certain maintenance status. For an example, if A needs to be derived, then one of these fields must be must have some value, otherwise it won't be calculated with A. So same way for D, you should update one of this field, otherwise the maintenance status D won't be calculated. So you can find this document and see which field you can auto derive. through MDG, so that auto-derive in the sense you can default it. There are so many fields. You can consider to default one of the unnecessary fields so that the status will be derived, auto-derived. But let's say that your customer don't wanted to go with that approach. That is, they don't want to default any of the standard fields. And they have a custom field, and when they update this custom fields, they wanted this maintenance status to be derived. In that case, you have to create a post exit. But the problem is, it is not like you maintain this maintenance status in the MDG and then you replicate to the target system and there also it get updated. No, it is not like that, because this maintenance status is calculated in every system. So that means if you do this post exit enhancement, of course you have to do it in every other system. So you have to do this post exit enhancement in the unified API class, so that in the target system also consider this derivation of this maintenance status. So the unified API class exists in your, the target S4 system as well as MDG system. So you can implement this post exit commonly in the unified API class level so that it gets calculated or derived in every other system. So the first option is consider defaulting one of the standard field. If that is not an option, then you have to create a post exit in the class cl prod underscore data underscore API. So if you go inside, there is a method called as map to API structure. So in this method, you create a post exit and then update this table. So if you go inside the structure, so for an example, if you wanted to default plant purchasing view, then it is for PRD underscore plant underscore procurement. So if you go inside, you will find this field enable PST for plant. You just have to set to X. So if you extend your data model or the table, you will see your custom field here. Normally you will extend it in this view. So you will see your custom field, and then at runtime you can check whether your custom field has a value or not. Based on that, you can set the value. Otherwise, if the user says no, it doesn't matter whether the field is updated or not, I still wanted the purchasing view to be calculated, then you simply set value X to this one. Then the system will include maintenance status, purchasing view also, yeah, in the table when it updates. But as I mentioned, this particular enhancement we have to repeat also in every target system, because this maintenance status is calculated locally. So it is not, we replicate the data and then it updates directly. It's not like this. It will be calculated in every system. So I hope, this helped you guys. And if you have any questions, you can leave the comments. But as I mentioned, like, in the past we used to do in the OMSR or else in the SMT mapping derivation, but it is not applicable anymore after MDG 2023. That is, once the unified API is introduced, the concept got changed. So you should either update one of the standard fields, and you cannot just derive or calculate the maintenance status only with the custom field. It doesn't work. And if you cannot do it like this, that is, if you don't have any standard field to be updated or accepted by the customer, the other possibility is to create a post exit and then set the value to X, but this should be repeated in every target system. Thank you guys, and I will let us see us each other in another session.